Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my Let's Play World of Warcraft, and once again doing Warlords of Draenor. We are on our way with Durotan and Thrall here. We're on our way to Bladespire Tower, or Bladespire something or other, on our way from Wargol. So we traveled to Wargol in the end of the last episode, and we did a couple of things there, and now we're over here. And the plan is to take the tower away from the ogres and the ogre that currently occupy it. So that's basically what we're gonna do. And this is a little bit of a longer episode. I have said before that I try to keep my episodes to 15 minutes or less-ish, give or take a couple minutes. And this one obviously is going to be over 20 minutes, but the reason for that is I just wanted to include the entire sequence of the Bladespire Tower events, rather than cut it into two, like, 10-ish minute episodes, which I could have done, but I'm kind of eager to kind of clear out my cache of recorded videos so I can record some more and play some more. One of the reasons why I haven't hit level 91 yet is because I've been busy. Like, I recorded everything up until the capture of Bladespire, and then after that, I kind of ran close to being out of room on my hard drive, so I'm like, okay, better start making videos, and I kind of like putting together all the videos all at once, and then recording new ones. It's my thing. I don't necessarily have to do it that way, but anywho. Plus, I have been, rather busy, as I keep saying, so it's just, I just haven't had the time to play really anyway. So right now, the current thing we're doing is basically killing ogres and planting frostwolf flags in them. I have to plant a certain number of flags in them, and then I can move on to the next round of things. So we're doing that. This is the bridge over to Bladespire right now. And I'm just kind of like, okay, I guess I got it all, and now I just gotta figure out, okay, where am I going to turn this in? And thankfully I don't have to worry about the ogres because they're all being attacked by frost wolves anyway, so I can just go right past them and things. I don't have to fight my way through, which is kind of nice. And so now here we're meeting up with Thrall, and Thrall is doing something, and these other ogres are now running right into his trap, basically. Thrall is supposedly a very, very powerful shaman, and this kind of proves the point of that, doesn't it? And he just kind of whirled away with the ogres, and apparently that seemed to drain him a little bit, but alright, so now we're going to move on further up the way, and now I've got to figure out, okay, so what's the next move? I'm not quite sure. And I'm like, okay, looks like the quest turn-in is inside this. Alright, it's inside this this building over here. So I need to go in here. This building. This is Bladespire Citadel. I keep calling it a tower. But Bladespire Citadel. Most of you are probably yelling at me about that already anyway. So, anyway, have I mentioned I have a bad memory for names? So, I think I say that every single video. But I never know if there's going to be someone new who's watching, so you never know. So I gotta kind of remind people that, yes, I'm a middle-aged woman who still plays World of Warcraft. And while I love the game, I have terrible memory for names. It's not that I don't know the names, it's just my memory just doesn't work like it used to. This is what you gotta look forward to, kids. Alrighty, so there we go, and we kind of picked up the next quest, and we're gonna clear out some of these guys. Oh yeah, we're basically here. Well, I'm clearing these guys out because I need to collect oil. That's what I'm collecting, apparently. Apparently we need oil for something, so that's the next quest. And they're just barrels that are just kind of laying around. You can see one over in the top right kind of over there. So that's what I'm going for, but, you know, these guys, I'm going to aggro them one way or the other, so I might as well just take them out, because otherwise there's going to be a problem. And I'm probably not killing these guys as efficiently as I could be, but, you know, hey, I'm killing them, they're not killing me, it's all good. It's all good. The only time I generally die when I'm going against at level NPCs is if I stop paying attention. I'm just kind of randomly running around killing things, and I'm like thinking about something else, or maybe looking at my other monitor on my other computer or something while I'm just kind of mashing my keys, and then I often die. Otherwise, generally at level, you know, if I'm paying attention, it's you know, if I get ganged up on, obviously I can get killed easily. But I'm pretty good at pulling people, you know, one at a time most of the time, unless they're in a really tight-knit group where, you know, it's just if you attack one of them, the rest of them are just going to get aggroed automatically. But generally don't run into that when you're just questing. You run into that a lot more often in dungeons and that kind of thing. So generally I can kind of get away with... They've really made it a lot easier to solo the game in general, which is kind of nice because I personally prefer playing solo. I personally prefer not playing with other people, mainly because I want to kind of do things the way I want to do things in the time frame I want to do them in, not on someone else's agenda. Or, you know, often with the groups, you know, one person's lagging behind. You're like, wait up, I got a phone call, hang on, you know, all this kind of stuff. You kind of have to stick with the group, you can't go on ahead, and yeah, I don't know. I always feel obligated with groups and things, and I generally don't tank. In fact, I just, not generally, I never tank. I hate tanking. There was a couple of times when my guild had me off tank. Absolutely hated it. Hated it. You know, some people absolutely love tanking, but I just not me. Because you're basically the one, you've got the responsibility of trying to keep the aggro of the bosses and NPCs on you the entire time, so they don't attack other weaker players. And you know, and generally if you're the main tank, you're the one who's also supposed to know how to run the damn dungeon in the first place, and people all follow you because you're the kind of like you're the leader. And I don't know, I don't like the responsibility if it's other people. I don't mind doing it if it's me by myself. I have no idea why I'm running outside, and I guess I didn't either. Like, okay, whoops, never mind, I have to go this way. Like, oops, I need to go in this back room over here, and there's a big old Ogre in the way, so I'm gonna take him out. So you can kind of see how this Ogre looks kind of like an Ogre, but he also kind of looks like a Gromling. And I think I was reading up recently where Ogres, Gromlings, and Ogrons are all related in some form or fashion. The Ogrons have the single eye, just like the Gromlings do, where Ogres actually have two eyes. Most of them. I think there's some one-eyed Ogres as well. And there's a poor old orc being hung from the rafters there. Alright, so we gotta give him the oil, and things are gonna blow up or something, I think. I feel bad for that orc up there. Yep, blowing that up. Now we're gonna get the heck out of dodge, so to speak. Oops. And of course, this guy's attacking me, and this guy's not helping, so I'm just gonna keep running, because, you know, screw you. Alright, so we got that level done, and of course he disappears on me at that point. But now we've got the next level to do, and this actually starts getting kind of interesting, the way they've kind of got this set up. So you see these big flaming boulders that are rolling down, so the next thing is going to be, after I turn this in, I've got to go up that ramp, and I've got to dodge those boulders. in the process, without having them kill me. So it's like, oh boy. So you can see they're definitely making things interesting. So I'm kind of using this as a blind, but it's probably a bad idea because I can't see around it, and bam. But thankfully, one boulder by itself doesn't do a lot of damage, but obviously more than one is going to eventually damage you. So we just kind of phased into the next phase. The boulders are actually gone at this point. They're only rolling edges while you're going up the incline. Once you're done with the incline, it kind of stops. Alright, so now we've got to take out the Butcher of Bladespire. That's the next big thing we've got to do. And he's over here. There's a bunch of folks attacking him already, so I'm not attacking him alone. I got a bunch of NPCs who help, so that's a good thing. I don't remember if I actually ended up using my garrison resources or not. My barracks resources this fight. I probably did. Oh no, I did. Yeah, I did actually. I must have did because it's got a cooldown on it. So there's a bunch more folks attacking him now than there were. So these frostwolf grunts. And they just kind of came in and helped me out. See there, it's very handy. It's very, very, very handy for to have that. So it's another reason why, like I said, it's really they've really done a lot to help, and of course he respawns very, very quickly. But they've really made it, like I said, easy to solo. And I'm like, whoops, I missed the doorway. And for people not like me, it's just really a lot more fun to solo. And for people who prefer working in groups, well, you can still work in groups if you want to. And, obviously, you still need to work in groups if you're doing battlegrounds, if you're doing dungeons, if you're doing raids. So there's places where people can work together in groups. There's, but a lot of it can be soloed. So they've just made it just nice and friendly for different types of players. You've got a good balance between PvP and PvE. If you're like me, you're not going to play on a PvP server ever. I'm on this is a PvE server, a normal realm in Lingo, and you're gonna just go ahead and enjoy not getting attacked by the other faction all the time. So it's like I'm so glad that when I first joined the game, this is Tyrannus, this is the realm that my husband played on, and his guild, and it's a PvE realm, and it was like, okay, but then I think at one point I stumbled into a PvP realm once, and was rather dismayed when I don't remember exactly at what level you could get killed at. Not in the starting area. You could definitely not get killed in the starting area, but leaving the starting area, I think you were fair game as soon as you left the starting area, and I think I heard that now they've limited it so that you have to be at least level 20 before the other faction can start attacking you. Probably because people on either factions were camping out and attacking people from each other's factions at level 5 when they left their starting areas, rather than at letting them level up a little bit first and that kind of thing. So which was kind of unfair in my opinion. But some people just have no life, and I guess that's why you're on a PvP server, but generally I would say, if you're gonna be on a PvP server and you're gonna attack other people, do attack people your level. Don't go around just whacking at way under leveled people just because you can. I mean, that's just kind of mean. And the worst of it is, let's say you are level 20 and you've got a level 90, and they camp. First of all, they find you, they kill you, but then they camp your body. So every time you go back to recover your body, they're there to whack. They're usually hiding. They're usually a stealth class, and they come out of stealth and they come and attack you again. You know, you're not even at full health yet, and they whack you again, and you get it. And then ultimately you just give up and resurrect yourself at the graveyard, which costs you repair points because it damages all your armor, and you take a weakness hit for a while and stuff. And, so I call people like that who are way over leveled and going around just whacking and camping on weaker players. I call those griefers. Well, I don't. Everyone does. Those people are griefers. They give you a lot of grief, and it's just not fair. So. Anywho, so this part of Bladespire, we're obviously clearing out ogres and freeing the Frostwolf slaves that have been captured. So we're trying to free up these guys and kill more of the ogres and things. And once we get that cleared up, we're gonna get close to taking over this citadel. We still have, ultimately there's kind of like a leader ogre, and we got to take him out. And once we take him out, then we're good. Okay, and Thrall has a little safe point here, so he's moved on to here. Thrall and Urtan. So we can go ahead and turn these things in. All right. Looks like we're getting ready to take on that boss. So I just get to click on this ladder, and normally you have to climb these chains yourself, but it's actually oh, okay. Just look at this thing. Yeah, you can't. They don't. You can't climb hand over hand if you're playing by yourself. So I guess it's kind of doing it for me. While, you know, so I'm stealthing up the chain, whereas these guys are kind of, or this one guy is kind of storming up and just being beat to all heck with those ogres. And here I am, and I'm sneaking up behind the boss and going ha 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 ha. And so while the other guy's distracting all the other ogres, I get to take on the boss by myself. Whoops, I got flame. Silly me. But oh yeah, this guy's like, you know, belly dancing while I'm trying to kill him. Like, really? And here's one of the reasons why I like playing paladins these days, because I can heal myself. I used to love my Death Knight because they had a lot of really good built-in self-healing, depending on how you built your class, but they've changed up the way that works, and then they changed up the classes so much. I think I started off as Blood DK, and Blood was the DPS, and I think Frost was the tank. And then at the next expansion, they flipped it around, so Frost was the DPS and Blood was the tank, which made absolutely no sense in my mind. And then, I don't know if they switched that back yet, or I don't even know how they're handling it now. But a lot of the self-healing things, I mean, not self-healing, like I couldn't hit a button and heal, but there were a lot of like spells and things that if you had the right gems equipped and this and that and the other, you could actually like get some really nice healing going on just kind of automatically, passively with your class and stuff. And now that just really, I mean, I don't know if they've changed it now with this new expansion. I haven't played my DK since things have changed, but it just kind of frustrated me after a while. That's one of the reasons I decided to switch over to my paladin, because at least my paladin actually does have, you know, she can heal, because, you know, she actually has a button that says heal. So I like that. And I wouldn't play a healer. I might do it as an off-spec maybe, but I did healing the first 2 years I played WoW, and I got really bored with it. It's a terrible class for leveling because you're so squishy. And then the main reason to be a healer is if you're gonna go run around with for dungeons and things, and then you know, try and support your guild and stuff. But regardless, I'm obviously, you know, kind of overdoing that. Alright, so we took out the leader, and I'm kind of on this Frost Wolf, and I'm not controlling it. It's just one of these automated things where it's just taking me back down to the bottom of the Citadel. So and I think we've basically won. We've basically taken over the Citadel and things. And then there's a whole bunch of new quests that are gonna pop up and everything now, and such. However, I'm gonna wrap this very long episode up and go ahead and call it a day. And I may or may not do more of this now, or I may mix in some Sims 4 or some Ion in between. But definitely look forward to more of this in the future. Until next time, please like, subscribe, share, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.